Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? What's up, good people? It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It's Tuesday, it's August 8th, and it is 3:23 in the a.m. I'm just going to get into daily, just for today. Uh, it's called Responsible Recovery. We accept responsibility for our problems and see that we're equally responsible for our solutions. Now, you've heard me preach this before, you've heard me say this before, I know you've seen it somewhere on the internet at some point in time. Accountability looks like persecution and punishment to a person who's not ready to accept it. Bottom line, flat out. They're picking on me. You know, you walk around with a list of resentments. You walk around with a list of everybody that's wronged you. You walk around with a chip on your shoulder. You walk around with an attitude. You walk around with negativity. You have snide commentary for anything and everything. And on your many lists in your file cabinet, your name is nowhere to be found. You're redacted. Amen. Imagine walking down the street seeing everybody with a file cabinet. And I'm not talking about one of those little two-drawer jobbies. I'm talking about the kind you see in the doctor's office with the flip tops and just row after row of charts. You know, most of us walk around with that level of resentment for people, places, and things. Amen. And again, our name is redacted from every piece of paper in that file cabinet. It says some of us, well accustomed to leaving our personal responsibilities to others, may attempt the same behavior in recovery. We quickly find out that it doesn't work. You know, I want to say it's kind of like that wayward child. You know, that one that wants grandma to babysit, so she just drops the kids off and just takes off. Or eases out the house. Doesn't say where they're going, just here. That's how many of us do our problems. We drop them on people's doorsteps or we drop them in people's laps. And then we want to cop an attitude when they start naming the problems or resolving the issue. Well, I didn't tell you to do that. Well, you dropped it off here. Well, I didn't tell you could throw that out. Well, you dropped it off here and it's garbage. You know, you can't do that. You can't just drop things off on people and then, add them to your file cabinet when they hold you accountable for whatever it is that you dropped off. The writer says, for instance, we are considering making a change in our lives. So we call our sponsor or whoever it is that currently has or who currently lends ear. And that's what we should do. Under the guise of seeking direction, we are actually asking our sponsor to assume responsibility for making the decision in our life. Or maybe we've been short with someone at a meeting, so we ask the person's best friend to make our apologies for us. Perhaps we imposed on a friend several times in the last month to cover our service commitment. Could it be that we've asked a friend to analyze our behavior and identify our shortcomings rather than taking our own personal inventory? Absolutely. And then you hold them accountable, like I said, for either fixing the problem, calling the problem out, or holding you accountable in the problem. See, no matter where you go, there you are. But it's everybody else's fault. Only they're only acting this way because, they got X, Y, Z. They're only acting this way because, they're acting this way because you imposed with no intentions of showing up emotionally or physically. Your only presence was to drop off your present. No accountability, no backing. No gold standard, if you will. We just keep printing paper. And then we're amazed why we're bankrupt. And I mean mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically bankrupt. It's because we got all these checks out here that we printed and nothing to substantiate them. No collateral. Recovery is something that has to be worked for. Healing is something that has to be worked for. You know, you can't just show up, here I am, grand and wonderful. It isn't going to be handed to us on a silver platter, nor can we expect our friends or our sponsor to be responsible for the work we must do ourselves. I'm going to punctuate that. We must do ourselves. See, even the man at the pool of Bethesda, he was there, but he could never get to the water. Then, hear me good, Jesus held him accountable. You're here, you've been here for many years. You try to tell me you can't manage to do what you need to do to be healed? Then he asked that magic question. Do you want to be healed? See, some of us haven't been asked that magic question. Or if we have, we're too busy playing around to even hear it. Or it needs to be asked a certain way in order for us to hear it. Never mind that your world is crumbling around you. You know, if you say it real pretty, I'll hear it. And let me use this analogy. If you've fallen overboard on a ship and somebody keeps throwing you a life preserver and you're doing the bare minimum to grab it, they're watching you drown. Finally, they're frustrated enough to say, grab the life preserver, stupid. It's right there. Are you going to cross your arms and, I don't like the way you said that, and drown? Think about that. Why does it have to be said a certain way? You're the one that's floundering. Amen, 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 amen. Some of us need to hear this harsh message. Yeah. And some of us need that wake up theatrical slap, if you will. Get it together. You know, those gimme prayers that you're offering up, make one of them to give me life.